so this week we're going to be reading a fun book called The Chicken Squad, the First Misadventure. So it's a little hard in the beginning to follow along for a minute because there are lots of different names and different people, but I think you'll catch on pretty fast. Welcome to the yard. Meet the Chicken Squad. 4 fuzzy little chicks who should fill their days pecking chicken feed and chasing bugs, but instead spend most of their time looking for trouble and finding it. My job is to pull them out of it. My name's J.J. Tully, retired search and rescue dog. 7 years on the job, 2 years in the yard. Keep your eyes on these 4. Dirt. Short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Peep. Specialty, foreign languages, math, colors, computer codes. Sugar. Short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Little Boo. Specialty, breaking and entering and interrupting. Poppy. Short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Poppy. Specialty, watching the shoe. We'll explain later. Sweetie. Short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Sweet Coconut Louise. Specialty, none that I can see. Here's the thing. I can't watch them all the time. I have dog stuff to do. Keep your eyes on them for a while, will you? I'm just going to settle down and take a little nap. Wake me if you get into any trouble. Well, big trouble. I'm sure you can handle a little trouble on your own. Chapter 1. Help! Help! A squirrel came barely into the chicken coop. He was out of breath and in a panic. There is something big and scary in the yard, gasped the squirrel, and it's after me. Describe it for me, said Sugar. She pulled her notepad out of her old shoe. It's big and scary, said the squirrel. It's big, it's scary. Big and scary is not going to cut it, said Sugar. Lots of things are big and scary, kid. My mom is big and scary. Try again. It's enormous and frightening, said Squirrel. Sugar put her pencil down. Better keep going. It's huge and terrifying, said the squirrel. Much better, Tail, said Sugar. She checked her notes. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying. Maybe I can help, said Dirt. She took out her sketch pad. What shape was it? It was big, answered the squirrel. Big is not a shape. She put her notepad down. You've got a good vocabulary, kid, but your poor shape knowledge means I can't respect you. You should go now. Hold on, Sugar, said Dirt. Let's figure this out. Let's start from the beginning. It's enormous, snapped Squirrel. He was starting to get grumpy. I thought you said it was big, said Sugar. Maybe I can give it a try, said Dirt. Is it bigger than a house? Well, no, said the squirrel. Is it bigger than a chicken coop? Asked Dirt. Well, no, answered the squirrel. Is it bigger than you? Asked Dirt. I'm a brave squirrel. Of course it's bigger than me, said the squirrel. Why would I be afraid of something if it was bigger than me? Lots of people are afraid of things that are smaller than they are. Well, not me, said the squirrel. I'm only afraid of one thing. And it's big and scary, and it came out of nowhere, and it's out there waiting for me. I think we need JJ on this case, said Sugar. He knows the yard like the back of his paw. I'm going to run over there and ask him to join us. Not the dog, yelled the squirrel. Not the dog, not the dog. What's your beef with the dog? He's big and scary, answered the squirrel. Sugar had a hunch. Fine, I'm going to run outside and grab a shovel. I'll be right back. Not the shovel, not the shovel, not the shovel. What's your beef with the shovel? It's big and scary, said the squirrel. I give up, Tail, said Sugar. Sounds to me like you're afraid of everything in the yard. Now get out of here and call me when you have a real problem. Sugar made a last note on her pad. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying. Never mind. Just then a dark figure appeared in the doorway and cast a shadow over Dirt, Sugar, and Tail. Everything okay in here? Asked a deep, gruff voice. Tail's eyes went wide, his face went pale, and he hit the floor. How was I supposed to know the twitchy squirrel was going to faint? I mean, sure, Sometimes I chase him around the yard. Big deal. You'd do the same thing if you were a dog, especially if you were bored out of your mind and had nothing to read. So yeah, the squirrel took one look at my mug and fainted. Like I mentioned, it's my job to keep the chicken squad and their mom Mush safe and sound. I saw the squirrel walking into the chicken coop that afternoon, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't check it out. Mush saw it too. She wouldn't be doing her job if she didn't check it out either. But Mush and I have been around long enough to know that squirrels are never up to anything good. Now look what you did, JJ, said Sugar, frowning at the squirrel stretched out on the floor. She did not look pleased. Poppy and Sweetie jumped out of the shoe to get a closer look. It's so soft, said Sweetie. Can't we keep it? Dead squirrels are boring, said Poppy. It'll be in the shoe. I'll be in the shoe if you need me. Mush burst into the coop, looked down at the squirrel, and rolled her eyes. I'll handle it, she said. So there was only one thing left for me to do. Go back to sleep. I hope that's not what I think it is, said Mush. What do you think it is? Asked Dirt. A dead squirrel in my living room? The squirrel's not dead, Mom. He just fainted. How can you be so sure? He looks dead to me. Dead things smell bad. He just smells like a squirrel. Mush stepped right over the squirrel and walked to the old shoe. She plucked out Poppy by the scruff of his neck and then dropped him on the floor. You are starting to smell like dirty feet. Time for a bath. What's he doing here anyway? He claims there's something big and scary in the yard, said Sugar. Typical squirrel, said Mush. The squirrel started to moan and twitch. Sounds like he's coming around. Drag him outside. He smells bad, said Mom. And we're going to stop right there. And we're going to figure out exactly what is the problem here.